What's going on, guys? This is your boy JDR.
And this is Rachel.
With your relationship tip of the week.
I hear you, but I ain't doing it.
Now, how many of you have heard that? Or maybe you've even said that before yourselves. Listen, that's not a communication issue. That's a compliance issue. If you heard me, you understood me, but you just made a declaration that you're not gonna do it, that's the message that we're giving off to our significant others. Remember this, communication is a vehicle for change.
I would agree. And sometimes when we communicate with someone, we communicate so differently that what you're trying to communicate may not necessarily be what that person is hearing. And as a result, that person may not be ready to comply because they didn't quite understand it. Or it may be kind of like what you said. They heard you, they understand you, but they don't agree with the request that you put forth.
And so now we're at this point where, as a receiver of that information, we need to learn to focus more on the message that is being given to us rather than just the delivery. Because most of us will focus on the delivery and the message will go completely over our head. And we will always focus on, well, it was the way you said it. Okay, well, what is the excuse when I say it very nicely and you still don't comply?
You bring up some good points. And I do think that there's a responsibility on both parties when you're communicating. I do think that the person that's receiving it, because you're not in control of how someone delivers it to you. So when you're on the receiving end, it may not come across the right way. But sometimes even when that person, somebody that can't stand you, that doesn't have your best interest at heart, kind of look for the truth in what they're saying. You got to kind of marinate on that. However, in addition to that, I do think that the person who is delivering that communication has a responsibility to deliver it in such a way that it will be received. Because when you think about it, it's futile to just deliver things in hopes that someone will receive it. You want it to be successful. It's just like, I love Caribbean food. If I went to a Caribbean restaurant that I heard the food was off the chain, they bring me my plate of rice and peas and oxtails. It's looking good, but I look at the plate and it's on a dirty plate. Food good, dirty plate. Am I gonna wanna eat it? No. Although it was good stuff, the delivery, the package was not so good.
Well, the tip of the week. This week, what I'm gonna challenge you all to do is, when someone is giving you some information, they're communicating with you, do your best as the person receiving the information to focus more on the message and not the delivery. Okay? Now, on the flip side, if you're the person that's giving the information, my challenge to you is focus more on how you are delivering the message and don't worry about just giving the message. Because both parties, although they are exclusive, have a responsibility to be effective. So guys, look, if you like this tip this week, like it, share it with your friends and family, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RRC Group 2.
And we would love for you to comment. What is your particular situation with communication and complying? How do you feel about it? We'd love to hear.
And don't forget this, you were built to win.
So no excuses.
And until next week, peace.
Have a good one.